shock. And I looked at the car like, what the? I was hooked right then. It was over with.
The first time I met him, he had a Bob & Sons interior. He was at a car show, predominantly vans, hot rods, Mercs, muscle cars, running around wild, loose, skipping, hopping, jumping up and down because he just won interior. And then I go, well, I gotta go see that interior to see how great it is, because he's celebrating a little bit too much, but you know why he was celebrating? Because he went in there as a black guy, 1. 2, as a lowrider. 3, to dare with a velvet interior and beat all those hot rods in those vans.
He also dared to broaden the landscape of lowriding.
He's an ambassador to all of this.
It's in my blood. Standing at that counter, filling with a dump, putting stuff together and dreaming up new ideas, and I'll never stop.
2007 was a great year for the Lowrider Hall of Fame. And when the first memorial honor went to Joey Abeda, there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
He was the longtime president of the Group Car Club. But in 1992, Joey and members of his family were killed when their Honda Prelude was hit by a street racer.
Actually, when I got into the game, he had just popped in there too. I mean, it was a disco era. I remember him the most of. The thing that was great about him, though, is that he would always support our car club just by knowing him, whether we traveled to Bakersfield or farther than that and got into it with somebody, hopefully not, because we'd have a lot to lose with the nice cars and all. But he would let me know, we're right here.
Unfortunately, his life was cut short, but his legacy lives on to this day.
Coming up, more from those who truly deserve it.
That whatever award I've gotten and I've been selected, I earned it.
Together, it's one incredible group.
I'm not trying to brag, but my class of 2008, I'm honored to be with these guys.
Ride low and slow, living the low life.
The 2008 inductees defined lowriding at its best, and when the award was given out for a lifetime contributor, many knew that it was long overdue.
The organization had already inducted Julio Ruelas from the Duke's Car Club, but Julio's younger brother Fernando also deserved a place in the Hall of Fame.
The car club was established around 1962, officially, family, all the brothers, myself, Ernie, Oscar, and my brother Julio.
Fernando, lifetime, yeah. He's been everywhere.
There's the man, the myth, the legend. Right here in this month's Lowrider magazine, inducted to the Lowrider Hall of Fame.
The family claims lowriding was an escape from gang life.
My uncles and my dad, started from the 38th Street gang and said at one time, you know what, we want to evolve from this and start a car club, something positive. And that's what they've done. And, co-founding in 1962 to now.
So you guys are credited for starting lowriding, is that correct? Tell me a little bit.
I don't want to say yes on that, but I would like to say that we're one of the first pioneers.
He taught me something that was valuable. That's why I have so many chapters, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Duke's Car Club was the first club to ever chapter out to different cities.
that whatever award I've gotten and I've been selected, I earned. I'm proud of that.
The 2008 Memorial Honor went to Gary May, a man who's made hopping just as popular as riding low and slow.
Gary wasn't just an innovator when it came to hopping. He was also a class act when it came to competition.
Gary May was a hydraulic guru. He's one of the first guys to get out there and compete with the best. And he was also a pioneer when it came to hydraulics. He was taking apart the regular lift gates.
He was an innovator. I mean, his nickname was the Wizard for a good reason. I mean, most of the things that everybody uses now to make their cars really jump is something that Gary came up with.
That brother right there, you know, I knew him when he was alive. And like, he put it down for a lot of people, and he did elevate the game for all the hoppers that are out there.
A lone wolf who never joined a car club, Gary was a generous man.
Some of his competitors were the guys who were going to compete with him probably the next day. And he would get out there and help them fix their cars.
If you find somebody that didn't like Gary, they're not on this planet, okay? He was the greatest guy you could ever want to know.
Ruben Bugs Ochoa was given Craftsmanship Honor in 2008. And if you've seen his paint jobs, you know why.
Innovator, great painter. Back in the days, because he was curious, he wanted to know how to paint. He was a leader of quite a few car clubs there. And he had to be a leader when it came to paint.
He's been painting close to 40 years, and he's put his stamp on many lowriders across this country.
Bugs Ochoa, crazy guy. That guy's a comedian. Best painter, best attitude of a person that you ever meet. Straight OG.
The Leadership Honor in 2008 went to Kita Lealeo, the much-loved founder of the groundbreaking Ooze Car Club.
I'm like a hippie style kind of guy, child. You know, I'm a 70s boy, so I just put all that incorporated. And plus my people, the Samoan race, we're real honorable and traditional. So I figured that I'd incorporate that in my club and show them, you know, the bow down and respect and honor and cherish instead of all the I'm better than this and that. Because I think that with love, that's what makes the world go round, and that's what I base my club on, is love. I'm not trying to brag, but my class of 2008, I'm honored to be with these guys, you know?
He was the one that finished up that night for us, and he left that whole crowd in a whole different mood. The whole place was full of love.
Lowriders are just like any other facet of life. We're all working people. We all work hard for our money. I mean, there is that 10% ballers out there that are doing illegal things. They get their cars, but that's not our fault that we love the same type of cars. Maybe you guys should get a lowrider and find out what it's all about.
Coming up, Vita Guerra talks to the legend.
I would go beg, borrow, or steal to have one of his interiors again.
Hey, you watching Living the Low Life. Keep it real, riders. Let's do it right.
Ride low and slow, living the low life.
He's the oldest member of the Lowrider Hall of Fame, interior wizard Bob Mercado.
Bob Mercado was inducted in 2005, and when he was given the Craftsman honor, there wasn't a lowrider in the world that had to wonder why.
You cannot top the quality of his work, the craftsmanship of his work. I mean, you can look. This is 10 years old. and it's not falling apart, it's not faded. And I drive this all the time. I drive on the weekend, I go to car shows, it's in the sun, and it still looks new. You look at it yourself, it still looks good because of the quality and his craftsmanship and the way he builds interior. There's a lot of guys out there that looks good, about 2-3 years, they're faded, they're falling apart. Come on. Bob builds it professional, that it lasts forever.
It's different because he's like a father figure. When my dad passed away, he was there for my pops. I'll never forget that. But I think he did like 3 or 4 upholsteries for me. I wish he could just do one more.
How long have you been doing this since?
Well, I started in 1955.
Was it something that you had a passion for and it was just a hobby to you and then you said, I might as well do this as a business, or how did it work?
No, I always loved it. I always loved cars. I don't know, it just came to me.
He was the best upholsterer ever. I mean, he's in his 80s now. I wish a lot of times he was back in his 50s. I would go beg, borrow, or steal to have one of his interiors again.
And here's just a couple of reasons why.
And you shouldn't keep this in a box. You should keep it out here somewhere.
I'm gonna have
Hall
to
of
get a
Fame.
little
Not a lot of people can say that they're in the Hall of Fame.
Uh-huh.
You're the man, Bob.
Yeah. Hall of Fame.
The best you'll get, by far. I mean, once he's gone, there's not gonna be no touching him, really.
When I'm up there laying in my casket, put this thing up there and say, hey, the man's gone.
The Hall of Fame is going to be around as long as the sport of lowriding is going to be around. And with that being said, lowriding is going to be here forever, so will the Hall of Fame.
Today, we're living the low life thanks to those who were inducted into the Lowrider Hall of Fame. Thanks for joining us, and I'll catch you in the slow lane. See you later. Leadership honor in 2008 went to That's just like part of the show. Like, do you know that we only shoot where there's an airport or a train station or anything that's really noisy? Did you know that?